I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell your family members. They need to be here. They need to be here. They need to call Maggie. When Maggie comes to work every day, her office, her phone should just be flooded. Should be flooded. You guys need to go and make appointments to see her. You need to show up everywhere that she is. If she's at a town hall meeting, wherever she is, she's an elected official, and you elected her, and she needs to be held accountable. She needs to do the right thing, and she needs to bring justice for my son, this community, and our family. We're not going anywhere. We're not. All right, we have one of DJ's professor. DJ was studying criminology at HSU, and his professor is here, Professor Clark. And he's amazing. He's reached out to me and he checks on me, and I so appreciate it. I thank you so very much for being here and for continuing to support our family and the student at HSU, but most importantly, my son. And you had the opportunity to know DJ. You've met with him. You've seen the type of person he was, a man of character. You wouldn't be here if he wasn't a great student and a leader. And I thank you for sharing your experience and the time that you were able to spend with my son. Professor Clark, you guys.
How y'all doing? So, for those of you who've shown up to some of these before, you may have heard me speak a few times, and I've always enjoyed the opportunity to share some thoughts about who Josiah was. I often spend this time to reflect on him and just everything about him, just the amazing person he was. I usually, in the past, I have done my best to just kind of focus on all the good and kind of rekindle and not let Josiah's memories kind of fade. It's important to me to hold on to that. I think it's important for our community to hold on to that. But I'll be honest, like my tenor is probably going to be a little bit different tonight. I think that we stand in a different space. We stand at a bit of a different moment. I think we've all been holding out hope. I think that hope has been extended to us. We have tried in every possible way to let the system work for us as best as we can. And it has failed us again. And history shows us one thing, that if we don't have some type of response, this case will close. And that's the reality. And that's a difficult space to sit in right now. And I know how much it's been hurting everyone who's out here. It's unearthing and it's tearing open a lot of scabs. It's unearthing a lot of emotions that we have been trying to hold together for the past 23 months. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to sit with that anymore. We were called together. Some of us got an email sent out yesterday that well-intentioned people were trying to have a discourse again about the proper ways to spend a moment of silence to honor Josiah's life at the university. And it was, I'm not dismissing the intent behind it, but it felt really wrong. And I know that there were a lot of students that were able to make it to there, even though some of them weren't invited. And they took it to the administrators like they should. They said, this doesn't feel right. We've been talking for 23 months and you're not doing a damn thing. You're not hearing anything we have to say. And now you want to just open up a dialogue again. Right. And I just dwelt on this all last night. I just thought about what is the disconnect. And what I keep coming back to, or what I feel like here, is that the institutions around us, they're responding the only way they know how, which is institutional, which is sterile, which asks us to engage in them in a way which is like, in a way they're asking us to not be human, which is to not be angry. Every time we raise our voice and we say, this is wrong, they tell us to like fall in line and follow protocol. Or they say, let's have a dialogue. Well, there has to be a point where dialogue just like, there's something more has to happen. Yeah. And the students yesterday were begging the administration for action, and they did nothing. In my world, which is a fucked up place because like I don't know, if you have a PhD, you're a nerd, like you study too much. And we call this the politics of dismissal, in the sense that like, if you raise your voice, if you elevate yourself, if you bring emotion into it, you're dismissed. You're labeled as irrational, you're labeled as a woman, you're labeled as an angry black man, whatever. You're told that by somehow bringing your humanness into this, you're less than. And this is inhumane. This is exactly the problem that we're facing right now. The institutions are telling us, by raising our cries, by standing up and being human, but somehow we've crossed a certain line. Somehow we're not being rational. There has to be a proper place to be angry. And I have always stood up and just said, like, I just want to remember Josiah, and I want to remember him, but there's something, he demands us to take action now. Everything that I knew about Josiah, I know for a fact, if it was me on the other end, he would be fighting right now. This is the time to fight. So, for those of you who are out there, if administrators are there, or people who are in institutional power are out there, and you haven't gotten it by now, I don't know what else to tell you. You ask us, you say, what do you want us to do? I'm telling you that those of us who have been in this fight, we are reaching our limit. We've made every call that we can. We've written letters. We're putting as much pressure as we can, and we need you to do something else. We need more help. Provost and Yeti, fucking get on the phone and call Chancellor White. Get the Board of Trustees involved in this. You can do that. I can't do that. They will not take my call. You won't do that. If you've got power out there and you haven't been in this fight, get in this fight. Yep. Or just get out of the way. Yep. If you're going to be in this, you get in this. You use all the political force of the institutions you are a part of, all the economic force of the institutions you're a part of, to help us. That's what we need. You ask us what we need, that's what we need. We need people to stop saying, we know that you're enraged. We need you to own it. We need you to say, we're enraged. Stand beside us. Get angry. There's a proper time to be angry. There's a proper time to take action. That's what we need right now.
Thank you, Professor Clark. He's right. Get on the phone, you guys. Make those phone calls. HSU is recruiting black and brown students here in Humboldt County. They need to stop. They need to stop. If you can't protect these students, do not bring them here. Do not bring them here. Because you have a DA's office. If something happened to a black and brown student, indigenous student, they don't care. And we see that. They don't care. Our lives matter. It matters. And we need to fight. Use your voices. Pick up the phone. Write letters. Chancellor White, the Board of Trustees, we trust our children to you. Do not abandon our children. Do not abandon our children.